Welcome everybody to my Sunday simul stream I do here every week on lichess and Twitch. My name is International Master William Paschall. We're going to be playing a 40-40 simul. It takes about 2.5–3 hours for the longest games, and I'm going to open the challenges in just a minute. It's just standard chess, 40-40, 20 extra minutes for me. Let's make sure the stream is up and running before we start taking entries. Our moderator, I don't know if he's going to play or not. I think so. And that's the only place I usually hold in advance. Hopefully we get enough players. We do this again every week at 6:30 p.m. Central European Time. Welcome everyone. I'm going to open the entries here. The stream looks okay. Host a new simul, standard chess, 40-40. That's 40 minutes, 40-second increment. Extra 20 minutes for the simul giver. And random colors to make it fun. Traditional simuls, of course, are usually white on all boards for the simul giver. Okay, I'm going to create the simul and start taking entries. Again, we can go up to 20 players, 21 players max. Hopefully we get enough players today. We've got some regulars, which keeps us going. A lot of random simuls going on at the moment. Sunday is a popular day. Anto Johnson, GCEW, all you guys. Jeroen, are you playing today? Our moderator, sometimes he likes to play, sometimes not. We'll see. Anto Johnson, GCW. Let me start taking these entries here. Yeah, your own's in there. Okay. Periode. Prime number. I just require that everybody has like 50 games played. I think I recognize all you guys from playing before, except for TKOK. Well, I did play TKOK once before. I completely forgot about that. Can't keep track of everybody. That's 15 players. We have 5 more places. If there's a tie for the last place, I will play 21 players. Crest 9-4. That's cool. You got more than 50 games. A million miles away. These guys, I better take them fast. And then we'll reject them if they have less than 50 games. But that'll make 20. No more challenges. Let me make sure everybody has at least 50 games. I don't like playing new accounts. We're just created to troll me for the day or something. Alright. You guys are good. We got 20 players. That's enough. We're going to start the simul. Canucks is, anyway, he's provisional. So I hate how my name starts with a W. Don't you hate? I hate me too. I have the same problem. That's why everybody... Yeah, that's why I changed my name to Sparkle Horse legally. Yeah, there is a stream on Twitch. We should have it. It should be going on Twitch. Yeah, absolutely. You don't see it on lichess. It usually takes a minute or two to get on lichess. Let me check. It should be on lichess, guys. It's on lichess now, thanks. Okay. Yeah, I can't take any more players. We're going to start with 20. It said 18 playing. You kidding me? But there have to be 20. I definitely had 20. Maybe 2 people dropped out at the last minute. I'm going to kill you guys who dropped out at the last minute. You're going to be in trouble. I should have warned you not to drop out at the last minute. There was too much attention deficit there. I think we probably lost 2 players in the absolute last moment before the simul started. If that's the case, there's nothing I can do about it. We'll just have to go with 18. You'll get more for your money. Alright, mate in 47. A lot of good players, though. Regular simul players here. Guys, please don't bail on the simul. Like, if you have... started, you're in for the long haul. I should have taken 25 boards, but it's a little harder with this time control. I mean, if I did the maximum possible time control, I could play 100 boards, but that's a long process. Hello, Jeroen. Welcome, guys. Jeroen is our moderator. Helps a lot here. I don't know why I'm saying that right now. We just passed his board. But my team won today in the Hungarian Team Championship. We're narrowly escaping relegation, it looks like. I just held a draw with black on board 1. Alright, G3, D5. I don't play this very often, but I don't face G3 very often. I actually don't mind playing D5 against G3. Zinke. Zinke shows up, he immediately gets in trouble with Mubat. Knight f3. Alright, guys. I have a million drinks here. What do you want? Tea, water, juice, coffee, alcohol. Salty Ego says, the only opening I know against c4 is the Jinji. What on earth are you talking about, Salty Ego? The Jinji. My former... being a former protege of Jinji. I just played Knight c3. I think I just played Knight c3 on move 1. I had a very strange hallucination that I was black and I just was playing Knight f6. Just the colors look different. That's alright though. We can handle playing Knight c3. I do it all the time on Wednesdays. Paulinka, no. The Paulinka's a little tough. I'd rather not. I have been known to do that on the stream though. Alright, Slide Dog gave me a tough game. The first game, I recall. I don't remember what opening it was. Clash Kid also... So we have a bunch of really, really tough kind of simul regs here. We'll call them simul regs. D4 I don't think I've played. I've played every other move. Walia. Alright, Scandinavian. Jinji Indian, but it doesn't really make sense like against... you know, c4. He was like playing the Jinji Indian. You can't play the Jinji Indian against c4. You can play it if like white transposes to c4, g6, d4, bishop g7, I guess. But most people who play c4 don't necessarily want to play d4, the next move. Today I was just trying to get a draw with black. I had a very solid IM and played the Queen's Indian with black. Do I know Eric Kishlik? Yeah, I think he's around somewhere. I haven't seen him in years. E4 C5. I think he's probably creating fake news for Donald Trump or something. Knight f3, Knight f3, e3. That's an unusual opening. It's like a Queen's Indian in reverse, but I think against c5 in particular, if I could play bishop g4, I could equalize here, but I have to jump over my pawns. Yeah, Eric Kishlik is kind of a strange guy. Haven't seen him in a long time. He was here in Budapest. I'm not sure if he still is or not. c4, knight f6. Knight c3. Knight c3, I did play knight c3, apparently. The thing is, there's other openings called the Jinji Indian. This thing that Michael Valvo played against me, like d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, a6, has also been called the Jinji Indian. So there's some conflict of names there. Periode, I don't remember how I lost to you last time. So prime number, yeah, it was a weird hallucination. I thought I was black and I was playing knight f6. But apparently I was white. The colors changed so fast and the boards changed so fast. That's alright. Let's play some kind of Verisov. Clash Kid has been tough. Let's try not to get in too bad time pressure here. That is a big no-no in these 20-plus board simuls. Getting into time pressure. But I'm trying to chat, keep it interesting. You definitely haven't played every other move. No bird or orangutan. Yeah, I try not to play it. The bird, I mean, we leave that to our moderator. Knight c3 is bad enough, blocking my c-pawn in the opening. Blocking it from influencing the center. Slide Dog plays the hillbilly attack. Okay, Andre... Yeah, this allows the floor Mykonos, which is like... This has always been one of my favorite variations. E4 there. A Korchnoi favorite. Crest 9-4. Night Knock says, I've noticed the strangeness. Yeah, kind of a psycho. Well, I noticed that, like, he does strange stuff. Like on ICC, he lies in his finger notes about his maximum ratings. He claims he was over 2,500 US. He claims his USCF rating is 2,500, but in reality, I don't think the guy's ever had a USCF rating over 2,400, let alone 2,500. So it's a little weird. He's definitely living in an alternate reality. But he never did anything to me. I mean, I don't have any problem with it. I just think he's kind of a little strange. That goes for a lot of chess players, though, so doesn't mean a whole lot. E6, I'm kind of proud of the fact that I've been over 2,500 USCF, and I don't really appreciate other people pretending to be, things that they're not, so. Alright, well, nothing to do here. Knight C3 against Potzer. Today, my opponent was an IM who's been as high as 2,500 FIDE, which is pretty good. So I was happy to draw with black. Prime number, I'm not going to call you out on time. I'd like it if we got a good game in here. E4, I wonder what this would end up being. I play E4 there. Okay, strange, the symmetrical Veresov. I have no idea what to do. I don't think I've ever seen this happen. I mean, normally when somebody plays the Veresov, you're like, oh, I want to take advantage of that somehow, not like, oh, I'm going to do the same thing. So he just goes ahead and, all right, I don't know, man. I really don't know here. 12-3-4. My first rating was 1,272. I think 1,272. 1, 2, 3, 4 though. That's even better. Guys, I also have a weekday stream Monday to Friday here on lichess. Monday tomorrow is we're getting weird move orders here all over the place. Okay, B3. That's actually not weird. I guess we'll play some kind of reverse Queen's Indian. D5 or A6 is even possible. I might have played A6 in this position. You see some of the stuff he says to me about girls and other things. Night Knox, this is getting kind of personal. Yeah, let's get off the personal subject, I guess. But yeah, I've noticed strange behavior. Bishop B3. This is the hillbilly attack. I don't know if Jack Young coined the term or what. I know that Simon Williams was talking about playing this recently. It's a funny opening. I'm tempted to just play knight f6 here, but I guess after e5, white might get a decent game. I would imagine black has some interesting possibilities, like what, knight a6 doesn't seem right. I can see the merit in this. I mean, honestly, I've never analyzed it. I think I probably played knight f6 once. I'm not certain that's a great move here. So you can see how this could have some draw to it with white. I guess I'm supposed to take on e4. Kind of reluctant to do that because I know there must be some traps with the pawn takes e4. I just never studied it in my life. Today, my strange second board teammate, my strange second board on my team, played against the Caro-Kann e4, c6, f4. He plays weird openings all the time, this guy Martin Prorock. But this would be something that I think would suit him too. Hillbilly attack, spending 10 minutes on this move. Alright. I know that you're supposed to probably take this pawn here on e4, but I'm just looking for like a solid alternative to play in this situation. I'm just afraid that knight f6 is too passive. And then if you don't have knight f6, then what are you going to do? Maybe g6 or something. So there isn't really any good alternative. That's the problem with this for black. You have to take the pawn, I guess. Pawn takes knight c3. Alright, well, we'll play. No, go into it, please. Gladys Troll, what do you mean? Go into the personal conversation or go into the strange line? I think he's talking about chess. Alright. Too much time here, guys. I wasted 10 minutes basically babbling about gossip and whatnot. Knight f3 from Jeroen. He's playing no knight f4. I should have brought this up. No f4. No f4, guys. Taking me out of my book, basically. c5's like some sort of reverse Queen's Gambit accepted. Mate 47, what am I doing? My god, I almost played f5. I need to get myself together here. Andre 07, this is an unusual move. Bishop b4 here. And the Grunfeld from Clash Kid. I don't have anything good. I guess I'll go into theory. Knight a4 is a weird move that I kind of invented. TKOK could transpose to the Grunfeld. Jode transpose to the English against Periodi. Let's just play Queen e7 here. Something solid against him. And then I don't know which way to recapture, honestly, here. I guess with the d-pawn. Both ways are good, though. Against the Ragozin now, it seems like everybody's playing c takes d, e takes d, bishop g5. I've noticed that in a lot of high-level games recently. Now I'm going to fall for some kind of trap. Slide Dog playing for mate in 1. Okay. Well, you're attacking f7, so I guess I don't have too many choices. I have to play g6. What's the trick here? Queen e5, knight f6, knight c3. Not really understanding this. I'll never live it down if I lose to the hillbilly attack. Stockfish trolled me with a gambit in the Petrov. Knight f6, knight c5, d6, knight f3, knight c6. Prime number. I don't know where we are here, theoretically. I have no idea. It looks pretty reasonable, though. Speaking of trolling me, how strong is prime number? He's 1200. I don't know. Why does it feel like it's an advantage to have one less move somehow in this position? I feel like it's a disadvantage to have the extra move. Okay, a million miles away. Standard Tory attack. Here I want to stop e5 and b3 from GCW. This is not a dangerous line for black. Should be about equal. Here, this is like a winnower. Strange position, but probably okay for white. And we're transposing to the BOGO line that I don't play with Queen e7 now. That's really good. I should certainly know how to play this for black, but I never did. Maybe in Blitz. I've never played this in a tournament game. I've certainly played against it 100,000 times. Queen h4, I wasn't aware that's the move. Now we know. Live and learn. So, walked into some kind of tricky line against Slide Dog. I don't know what that is. Alright guys, thank you for the interesting openings today. I have a weekday chess stream where I play Blitz and classical chess. Jode G5. Oof. Joe, is that a mouse slip? You know, you could have played g6 and a mouse slip g5. It doesn't look very good for black, but I guess it's playable. Maybe I should have played d4 straight away there. I don't know. Against Steve Heyman, it's a normal Sicilian Najdorf. And now g6, h6, g6. Excuse me. Okay, so the dark squares here are looking bad for black. Jeroen. Sorry, I have to really concentrate when I pronounce these Dutch names. Jeroen played e3. I guess that's more aggressive than playing c3, right? Now if I do like queen to b6, maybe you can play some strange knight c3 type of pawn sacrifice. Only one master game in lichess with knight c6 Petrov. Yeah, I've never seen that before. So here we are in the most exciting variation of chess, the Queen e7 Bogo Indian. I don't know. I played this position a lot with white. It's not very exciting for either side, to be perfectly honest. Alright, against Balya, I'm going to play queen takes d5, I guess. And then William Paschall just trades off his bishop on f6. I have seen this on occasion. Black can even take with a pawn here, probably. But I'd rather preserve, you know, a healthy pawn structure. Internet chess, slide dog. So this is some kind of prepared pawn sacrifice. Just trying to think if there's some way I can just avoid any complications here and just give the pawn back. Basically, it looks like white has a kind of improved Black-Mardemer. Did I say white? I mean, I meant to say white, but I can't remember if I said white. Well, it looks like he's going to have a very strong attack. On the other hand, if I take, knight takes, knight g5's coming. If I castle, I'm castling right into the attack. Maybe it's best to try to come up with an alternate plan. Knight a6 or something. If I could play e3. I don't like this position, honestly. While you're on the subject of correct pronunciations, mine is Soltigo. 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 It looks like Soltigo. That's like Mrs. Arius. It's not quite as clear in your case. It's not like a given name. I'll try to remember. Soltigo. Soltigo. Oh, this is so treacherous. If I could only think of something creative for black here. I'm not materialistic, you know, I really don't have to keep this pawn. But I was thinking about e3, and that's also unconvincing. e3, still it might be better than taking on f3. Just giving him like a raging attack. Trying to play some practical chess here. My opponent offered me a draw. Andre, come on now. He offered me a draw. I wish we had takebacks. Okay, Jode, you're serious, aren't you? We've got to open up the center. Oh, the bishop e6 from TKOK, bishop e6. It's a typical move, like in Grunfeld type of situations, but I haven't played c4. I don't know. If I don't play for c4, what is my plan in this position, by the way? With the Dutch bird, I think of something else. So it's like Stratego. Soltigo. Soltigo. Alright. I'll remember it from now on, guys. Soltigo is playing Stratego. Yes. It's been a while since I played any Stratego. And here we are. Queen c7 maybe? And e5? It's not my favorite square for the queen. But this is theory against mate in 47. d5 Potzer. It's not a big deal, knight a4, but it's my own kind of creation, so I like it. Now a6 from prime number. Yeah, he could have doubled my pawns, and he elected not to do so. Stopping knight to b5. I would caution anybody about like clicking on any links that anyone puts on in the Twitch chat, unless it's me or the moderator. Irun. a6 queen d2 maybe. I don't know why I like queen d2 there. Just thought I might think about castling queenside. Okay, Andre dropped a piece. I think we also lost a couple games. Not lost games, we just lost the games early on. We might only be playing 18 boards. I don't know, do I have a count of current games? Is that all my games? Only 16? Or they just don't show more? I just don't know anything, do I? Maybe c4 here. Alright, now Jeroen, we're probably back into a position I've played before. Last year in the Hungarian Team Championship against Jozo Pataki, had a draw, I think in the same position. It's not very exciting. That's true. I guess I could play bishop g4 outside the pawn chain, but typically I don't like to do that. Did I get the sub button yet? Not yet. Bill Kell. Pretty low levels here. How many people are playing? Low levels. Yeah, not too many grandmasters are signed up to play me today. Typically on my streams, we have a decent level actually. It's usually around 1900 average for opponents. Got some lower rated players today. I don't discourage anybody from playing. The Dragon, wow. God, I don't remember the last time somebody played the Dragon against me. It's been months since I faced the Dragon. What will we do? Gosh. I don't really feel like going into Yugoslav. I did have some preparation in Yugoslav, but I prefer that in a one-on-one game. We'll just play something quiet. 18 boards. We lost 2 boards straight off the bat. because of people just being jerks and signing up and then unsigning up the second before I started the simul. What can you do? They literally like withdrew like the instant before I started the simul. That's my one fault with the lichess simuls. I did send a message to Thibault, but I think he lost it or something because he usually answers, and I'll have to send him another. But I don't want to be harassing. But we have to do something about something has to be done about simul. You know, simuls allowing for late registration or modifying the players in the simul and stuff like that. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. I'm confused again by knight f3. I had a problem. I think I played bishop g4 against someone the other day in that position. Alright, well, main 47 is going for the full, like, eat everything variation here. God, it's been a while since I played this. I don't know if I ever actually played this variation seriously. Knight f5 now. Am I supposed to play knight f5 or am I supposed to castle? I guess I'm supposed to play knight f5. Only the shadow knows. Alright. White's given up the dark square bishop in this game. I don't really approve. Jeroen's trying to mix up new ideas into his openings. Alright, this is standard. E4. Basically, this is like a Queen's Gambit. No, Catalan reversed or something. Knight e4. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do. b6 looks okay. b6 is like a Tarash reversed, actually. What else can I play? Bishop g4. Actually, bishop g4 seems a bit strange here with the knight on d2. Not really sure what to do in this spot. I'm wasting a lot of time, though. Guys, I'm not going to be able to chat too much longer in the stream as the time pressure starts to set in. Soltigo plays a very old line, a reverse Grand Prix attack type of thing. Isn't too bad for black, I guess. Bishop h3 here. Yeah, actually, this looks semi-reasonable for black. Though I have knight e5 now. What does it actually do? Nothing. I'm not really sure if we have anything there, objectively. Okay, classical dragon. Against Slide Dog, I decided to give the pawn back in the strange gambit line. And now, we are going to have to get developed in this position. This game against Potzer is just like an obscure variation I play from time to time. Just to keep things fresh. It's not really critical. I don't know about this one. Bishop c5 or bishop e7. Which is better? If bishop c5, white has knight c4. Maybe it's best to just go here. Hippo. We could do a hippo with b6, bishop b7. Okay, this position is just not scary for black with the dark square bishop traded. Now knight e5. Knight takes e5, d takes e5. Huh. I'm not sure about that, guys. This I think we had the other day. And I guess I'm not sure. I gave up playing queen takes d5 Scandinavians about 25 years ago, so I don't really know. Alright. Bishop g4 outside the pawn chain. Symmetrical English. And then here, Senor Nimzovich plays bishop takes c6, trading off his good bishop, excuse me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think my bishop's bad enough without a pawn on c6. And now this move. This looks pretty bizarre for black. Knight f3. Pawn takes pawn. Knight c6, I guess. Probably I'm walking into some kind of weird trap. Alright, classical variation of the, not classical by name, but it's a classical variation of the Grunfeld. Exchange variation. Anto Johnson. Oh boy. Here we'll make things interesting. Now 92. Huh. Not what I expected, actually. I guess if he goes to h3, I could trade it off. Here at least my king side is pretty solid. Yeah, I thought we just provoke h3, then maybe move off with bishop f5. Bishop takes f3. Prime number has some connection problem, but I'm not gonna, you know, try to win the game on default. By default. Yeah, this is very, very much like the game the other day. Last week. Maybe it was last week's simul, I don't remember. Bishop g5 here. I had played one game a few months ago in this variation. And now here. GCW playing a kind of King's Indian attack line that I actually play fairly often myself. I don't want to waste the tempo. I'm trying to repress a sneeze. If you guys wondering why I'm making strange faces. Castles. I thought maybe rook c8 now. I know there was a game between Magnus and Nakamura that followed a variation similar to this. b6 here, perhaps. TKOK 1586, played once before. White doesn't have too much. The queen is awkwardly placed at d7. Maybe I should just take on d5. Alright, try to activate the rook. Now bishop f4, mate in 47. I think he's probably familiar with this. I don't know. This has got to be a move, right? It's a strange move. I mean, I think knight h3 is a move. Bishop f4 may be the main line, though. I haven't studied this, as I said, in years. I guess I just castle. Bishop d7. I remember some weird blitz game I had along these lines, but I mean, I really doubt that that's a great position for the bishop. Speaking of which, ironic, isn't it? The next guy goes bishop d7. What are the chances of that happening? Prime number 1, 2, 3, 4. He's a solid 1200 with internet problems. The problem for white here is where to put the king. Not really sure. This doesn't seem right to move the piece again. I just don't like my game. This is where I accidentally played knight c3 on move 1. So I'm not familiar really with this kind of position. Alright, it's just a chess position like any other, I guess, guys. I just don't like the pin with bishop b4. We'll play a3 as well. Keep it symmetrical. Soltigo. Playing e4 here. Not the most common. Pawn takes e4, queen takes d4, pawn takes d4, queen takes d4. Knight c6, queen e3 check is a famous line. White could even play g4 here, for example, if you want to make it really interesting. I guess knight h3 is a good move. And then Perotti spent a long time on this standard bishop g2. He must have been AFC. AFK, right? Why is it AFK? Because it's not KFC. Bishop g2. I don't play this line either. Steve played a6. I think bishop e6 is the main move, but I can't imagine anything being wrong with a6 really. I mean, I don't think I can stop b5. You could try to play a4. It would weaken the queen side. Maybe I have to play a4 actually. a4, trying to slow it down. Alright, it does help my rook. Main 47, not too many people will venture this line with white, unless they happen to be like experts in the very obscure English defense. I'm surprised anybody knows theory here more than a couple moves. It just seems like a dangerous variation for white. But now I guess I have to take the pawn back, which I'm not really thrilled about, taking this pawn. TKOK. I don't know, man. I don't really like my game here. Doesn't look like I have much. Doesn't look like I have too much to go with, honestly. Can I take on d5 though? Maybe that's something. I don't know. And Perotti played d5. Now I'm supposed to play knight d8 or take on c3. Wait a second now. This d5 seems early. Why does this d5 seem early? I don't know. Not really sure. Knight d8. We're on our own there. Irun with the ultra solid rook c1. Irun. Wow, that's a kind of scary move. He likes knights. Do you get the feeling that this guy likes knights? Clash kid with e6. Queen a5 check is, of course, like the main line, grabbing the pawn on a2. It's been a long time since I looked at this. e6 might be some new idea. Maybe I should think about f5 here. That's more like Gingy Indian. I guess it's not really necessary for black to play f5. So here we take on g5 and then back the bishop off. I mean, this looks crazy. All right, million miles away. I don't know, guys. I also have a YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. If you'd like to check it out and like and subscribe over there. I've got to move a little bit faster. I don't know why I'm slow today. King h1. c5. You're not threatening d4 yet. Knight d4. I don't understand why I'm in the twilight zone here. Knight d4, e5. Fine by me. My knight is bad on d8. Maybe it should have gone back to b8. I'm really not sure. First time I've ever reached this position, I think, in a tournament game. It's probably like the final word on White's best play in this line. No idea. I'm just playing by instinct. Knight c6 seems logical for black. The problem would be like d5. Knight c6, d5. Maybe I can play knight a5 or something along those lines. Knight d4. Knight c6, d5. It just looks too strong for white. I have to attack his center somehow. I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Black has a bad structure. Pawn down. Other than that, everything's fine. But this is the first player I've ever reached this position against this far in the theory. Maybe that's just not enough for black here. No tactics. Knight c6, d5. Then what? Knight a5, pawn takes pawn. Doesn't seem to be anything. Bishop on f4. It's so solid I can't touch it with anything. I guess we'll just play another move. Knight d7. Looks really lame though. Knight d7. Knight a6. Running out of time. c5, anyone? That looks crazy too. But maybe not. Clear pawn down. It's always good. Knight a6. I just don't see what I've got here. Alright. Clash Kid, bishop e3 or bishop b2? Or just d5? I just don't know, guys. Bishop b2, maybe. Try to trade off his bishop on g7. And then this one, we have the center, at least. Hyper modern chess, right? This is extremely hyper modern. Steve Heyman. Looks good. Now here, this is pretty much what happened last time. Similar line. Queen a5 check, bishop b4 check. Kyria Kospez, welcome. The Mama Duck. Okay, this just looks like I'm winning a pawn. Winning a pawn. It's okay with me. He's gaining some time for his development. Now the dark squares look really bad for white here. I'm going to play the Benoni. And Periotti with knight c2. So he's lost a little time, but my knight on d8 looks ridiculous. Yeah, you know, I mean, I really should have... What happened? I think I didn't get to move there. Now d5. What's going on with this? Who knows? So my knight should have gone to b8 after d5. Did I go to the wrong square? Knight b8 instead. There's some lines with d takes e, knight takes e6, I remember. The problem is where to put the queen here. Yeah, we had almost the same game. I'm a little worried about this, though. This is not the same as last time. Slightly different position. Queen a5, maybe it's okay. So am I allowed to think here for a second, or is it going to change the board on me again? Guess we have to play with our bad knight on d8. Knight c5. It's a very dangerous bishop on b3. As the time ticks down, I'm going to play a little bit faster. White with the center here. But that's not everything. Crest 9-4. And now Patzer threatening d4. Serious problem for me. So I guess we have to play d4 ourselves. But it's not without some problems. Periotti is out of book. I don't know about my knight d8 against you, Perry. I don't know if I'm supposed to play that the other way. If I take here, e takes. And then what do I do? d4. And I hate my position already. Just have to play faster, I guess. a5? To a5 or not to a5? Maybe we shouldn't bother with a5. Okay, King's Indian attack. Rune is so solid. The Nimzovician style. It's like playing against a rock. Look at this guy. TKOK putting pressure on my d4 pawn. That's pretty sophisticated, honestly. Pretty sophisticated stuff. Here I think we're just a clear pawn up. Clear. Now what? Barazzi with no dark square, bishop for the opponent. This looks okay. Though he's taking on c5 here. I don't know about that. Maybe I should play queen c7. Actually, queen c7 could allow knight f4, knight d5. It's probably not the end of the world. Maybe I should allow it. Something else. 1200's pretty good. Pretty solid. And now here, speaking of solid, Clash Kid. Okay, knight e4. Knight f1, knight e4. What else can I do, really? And then I was thinking, what? c6. Gonna drop a pawn on c4 if I do that. Alright guys, so Clash Kid. We need our queen on d4, I guess. Centralized. Let's try not to blunder because we're moving fast or whatnot. Bishop h4 is interesting here. Why wouldn't I have gone bishop g5 last move then, you know? Bishop d6, maybe I should just play bishop g5. f4 looks ridiculous. Alright, I don't know. Definitely wasted a tempo somewhere around there. But I guess it's a closed position, we can afford it. Speaking of tempi or tempos, all right, now castles allow the knight to f5 or what? I'm chopping that knight if it comes to f5. Should we just castle? Castle queen side. So many options. But we are getting into time pressure already, which I'm not really happy about. Maybe knight f8 here. Actually, knight c5 does the same thing. Knight c5. Is there a problem? Do we have a problem, officer? Slightly crazy. All right. Bishop b2, I like that. Just stay there. Hold that pose. Nimzovician. Right. Now I need to protect my pawn. Good heavens, this is pretty extreme. Extreme play by black. B6 would be nice. Entering the twilight zone. Both sides super solid there. H4. Right. Right. That's alright. I'm not going to castle. Maybe queen d5. Chase you off of e5. And Periota goes for it with the e4, but this is going to get super strange. We can take on e4 or play f4. Complications. Incalculable complications, I guess. Yeah, and TK okay. Oh man, dude. You're scaring me. Knight f5. The centrum. Alright, I'm going to have very little time for commentary as we start to get into time pressure, guys. My apologies for that. So the next thing here is just making sure we don't drop our central pawn while trying to do some damage. He's threatening knight f5 if I play d6. Bishop c4 is kind of ugly, but it does the job of protecting the pawn, though perhaps getting my rook in the game first makes more sense. And now c5. Extreme chess. A controversial move by white. And the f4. Stopping e5 there. No pieces traded here whatsoever. One pawn only. No idea what's going on, guys. I like my game against Million Miles Away, and I'm happy that GCW decided to take my bishop and clarify the unclear here. Bishop e6. This looks pretty standard for this line. Probably still in theory here. Though he's wasted a tempo with bishop d7, bishop e6. That seems a bit odd. When you think about it, it seems a bit weird. Like black has lost the move. f5. Bishop f3, controlling d5, and now bishop e7. Now he's starting knight to e4. He's a good 1200, I'll say that for him. I don't think he's really a 1200. I mean, I don't know, man. The guy's too solid. Bishop... No 1200 is this solid. He's like 1200 going on 21. Bishop e4, maybe? Alright, now we've got to give up our dark square. Bishop, obviously. And Jode is in trouble. There's no question about it. Alright. Bishop d3. Time pressure starts to rear its head. Don't move fast just to try to flag me on the clock. You leave that to me. Now here, I wonder about queen b6. Jeroen's been studying more Nimzovich, like myself. Those are some nice knights you got there. Not to be trifled with. They're not going to stay. That was not going to stay. He's leaving immediately. Mr. Knight. Take everything. I don't know what I can do, Jeroen. It's just too solid for white. Speaking of solid, black's endgame looks pretty solid here. Not the typical way of playing the Grunfeld Clash Kid. Soltigo going against all odds. Soltigo, sorry. Going against all odds. What is he doing? And knight a5. Controversial move. He has some ideas with that. I'm not sure about my queen there on d2 anymore. Seems to be more trouble than it's worth. Because if I play queen e2, yeah, this makes some sense actually. And then the e4. The e4. There it is. He's going to go bishop f8. Oh no, TK, blundered. A strange move actually. What is this? Wonderful position for white. Challenge your queen while I'm at it. And the Nimzovichian position here for black looks really good. Clash Kid trading queens, or trying to trade queens with the blockade. Blockade in effect. Knight is the best blockader. The blah blah blah. I don't know, man. Looks equal to me. Here, I've got to be a little careful with bishop e3. be3 is going to be a problem, it looks like. So b6, bishop b7, something horrendous like that is what I have to play here. It's really gross. But I don't have a better idea. Clash Kid preparing to do battle. A closed structure with king h1. My knight on d8 is just really ill. Wish I had some sort of tactics or something here. King h1. Soltigo made a mouse slip. Welcome to the club. No, I haven't mouse slipped today. Alright, wasting too much time here. What are my knights doing? I mean, I'm just going to play g5. This position looks really good. It's a hedgehog where my opponent has no dark square bishop. I think I said that already. a6. Clash Kid's so solid here. I'm just not sure what I'm doing. Try to protect my pawn on d5. Alright, so it's a gambit. Oh, that was the mouse slip you're talking about, right. That's pretty bad, but you know what? Yeah, it's really bad. It's a pawn sack, and bishop f3 now from Perry Ode. My king doesn't really have a safe place to go. The king just doesn't have a safe place to go. That bishop on c3, I'm never safe on h8, and the g-file's opening up. Or maybe it will, so... I mean, the king could be safe on h8 if the diagonal is locked up, but there's no guarantee about that. Taking on g3... Maybe like h6 here. Does this just weaken my queenside worse? Give my king a square at h7? This is just a really strange position. Rook g1 is on the way. I mean, I'm going to have to do something, but what? h6, rook g1, king h7, take bishop h5. It's like super scary for me. Maybe I should play knight f6 first. I don't really like anything here, to be perfectly honest. Taking on g3, perhaps? The lesser of the evils. This is really gross for black. Wow, b5, the 1200. Yeah, that's not a 1200 move. That's a really deep positional move. Securing c4. Someone's calling me, I don't know why. Probably someone from my chess team. Just gonna hang up on them. Alright. So, alright. b5. They want to talk about the game they won. My chess team match for the Hungarian Team Championship today, but we are busy now with just 20 minutes left. No time to chat. Yeah, 1200. Come on, dude. b5. He's 1200, right? Alright. Maybe I need to play b3, actually. It's very bad. Castles. If the knight gets into c4, what am I going to do? Just take it? This position is probably book until knight a6, which I have doubts about this move. I have very, very serious doubts about knight a6. What was I doing again? c5? This doesn't look convincing to me. Alright. Soltigo. Soltigo. I can't stop myself. I've been calling you the wrong name forever, and now you tell me like 3 years later. Queen h6 check. I guess originally I was going to play f4, but why not just play queen d2? Any queen trade is good for me. Giroud. With another knight coming in. We have a bad bishop, but it's a pretty good bad bishop, I guess. Castle into the old attack here. Really see a lot of choices. b4. So many weaknesses, so little time. And knight e5. c5. Bishop takes f6. This is not a 1200. I'm not sure what's going on though. And now maybe I need to play c5. Bishop d3. Looks bad. Mate in 47 with bishop e5. Wow, that is not what I anticipated. Queen a4. This should be at the very least a very good ending for me. Not sure where my king belongs. Against Yeroon, I think white is a tiny bit better. I should be able to grovel to a draw. Prime number allowing b4. Well, positionally he's no 1200. I mean, I don't know about tactically, but positionally he has a good basic feel. b4, d4, move my knight, I win a piece. I'm just kind of lucky because strategically I thought my position was kind of dubious there. Tactics are a part of the game, but I think strategy is the more beautiful part of chess. So anyway, what about this game? Can we salvage this? Maybe by smashing his pawn structure on c3. Queen d7. This is a weak point. I don't really see how to exploit it at the moment. Queen d7. Where's our attack? Ye old rook f2 or something like that. The rook f2 type of thing. Knight g4, I'm walking into that. Not necessarily. Some interesting games, I agree. Papon says, are you going to play one more session? I mean, this is it, man. We do one session. I'm too old for that stuff. No, we just play one simul every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Tomorrow, there'll be more. Monday through Friday, I have a regular stream where I play Blitz and Classical Chess, depending on the day. Tomorrow's Monday, I have 15 plus 2. It's Mindful Monday with relatively long games in store. Now here, I don't know. I mean, I'd like a little stability with my position. Slide Dog. This guy gave me a scary game last time. And again, I'm kind of not overly thrilled about my position. Maybe I should take on h6 here, though. Not sure, guys. Take and play e5. There's something for that. That has something for, to be said about it. That gives me some stability in the center on the dark squares. Now, yes, knight c4. Is this going to be a problem? Is this really going to be a problem? I don't think so. I mean, I can do a lot of things here. All right. Wow, g4. Internet chess, no fear. g4 has been played. I guess I could sack a piece, but I'm not going to get enough for it. I mean, like, let's see, bishop e6 looks logical. Actually, I don't know what else I have here, to be honest, besides bishop e6. Just be right back, guys. Alright, getting low on time, but I thought here maybe we can survive. Kind of dubious opening. This is going to get more complicated before it clears up. And then here, I just didn't want the G file to be open, so we decided to play it like this. I have bishop h3, whatever that, you know, for whatever that's worth, as they say. I'm not really sure about it. Have a hideous knight on d8, which I want to try to correct. Where is my knight on d8 going to go? Knight f7, knight g5. That would be ideal. Yamanus Monkey said I take a short chess break. Drank too much. Alright guys, e5 was what I called here. And then this ending, we should have some counterplay at least. Bishop a3. Oh no. Queen c6. Queen c6 looks good. The bishop g4. Bishop takes f6 doesn't do anything, does it? Bishop takes f6, bishop takes f3. Queen takes f3, bishop takes f6. I'm not convinced by that. e5. Okay, I'm wasting too much time here. Bishop takes, queen takes, knight d5. Maybe we should do it. Keep it simple. Yeah, so this ending. Maybe I have e5 at some point. Should have e5 at some point. Alright. Jeroen, it's just not fun playing you, man. It's just not fun. Man. No fun. I'm having no fun. Damn. We're suffering a little bit against Jeroen there, I think. What am I doing? I'm gonna like move my queen again here. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Alright. Try to simplify. When in doubt. Monster Knight against Walia. Oh man, he wants bishop to come off. Maybe I don't want that. Rook takes e4 against internet chess. Maybe this isn't so bad. We can get our pawn back. That was kind of the original plan. I was scared of stuff like d5, honestly. Queen b3. Good to have more time in these hedgehog kind of positions, really. It would be nice to have more time. Yeah. But that's life. Alright, castle's queenside for GCW. It's not your standard King's Indian attack. He's going to set up some tricks with knight d6 check, I guess. If I castle queenside, he could do an exchange sacrifice. I guess I should just play f6 at some point. Nothing wrong with that, really. Or bishop g5 check. No, it's too slow. It's not really ideal, but I'm going to play f6. He has a very bad white squared bishop. Now, knight d5, bishop takes b2, rook b1. What was I thinking here? Bishop d4, take, queen d3. Famous last words. Alright. Bishop a6. Clash kid. Tough player. I thought I was better here, but I'm not too convinced anymore. He's even cutting off my king with this move. It's like brilliant. Alright. It's a little hard for him to move to. Queen b5. Sigh. Now what? d6 or something? God. I don't know what to do. God, there's got to be something better, but what? Take on d4 and take on c4? It seems crazy. Take on d4, take on c4, opening up his pieces to win a pawn. Just seems crazy to do that, I don't know. Knight f5. Alright, he's blundered. And now, White's trying to get some play on the queen side there. Queen d2. Well, I think I'm safer castling queen side than king side here. This is like the best my position has been all game. Trade off this bishop or what? An otherwise useless piece. And now I thought e5. e5, e4 with counterplay. h4. Where am I going to put my king now? Rook f4. Some kind of trick here. But I have bishop h6. Bishop takes f3. I mean, bishop takes f3. Queen takes f3. Knight takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Bishop takes d4. Rook d1. It's bizarre. Maybe rook d8. Serious man, rook f4. h6, anybody? Oh man, this is ridiculous. Maybe bishop takes, queen takes, bishop takes, d4. I feel like I should have something better there. Let's hope for no mouse slips, guys. Yeah, I think the lesson today is I'm playing with a lot of knights in closed positions. That seems to be the theme of the day. Okay, this was a kind of tactical blunder by Anto Johnson. Maybe not that bad, but... The one game where I don't have a knight, I have the ultra questionable bishop. Against Nimzo Jr. I could see how this could turn bad for black. I don't have any counterplay. Claim victory. Call draw. I'm just gonna call it a draw. That's awesome. Alright, I don't like my game against Jeroen. I think he's totally fine there. Okay, this one I was thinking knight takes d4, but after thinking about it for a while, I'm not so sure. Knight takes d4, bishop takes. And then he has like rook d1 at the end of the day. And I'm losing a pawn or something on f6. It's really annoying. So I have to play bishop takes d4, and even that might not work. So I probably totally screwed this up. Alright. Clash Kid. Clash Kid's play is slightly godlike. Close to godlike. Right, I did see that, fortunately. Queen takes c6, rook takes c6. And I hope I didn't make a mistake there. Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight, how are you doing? Rook takes. Lesson learned. But not everyone learned their lesson about knights. Okay, my rook's hanging. Right. Tempo is a tempo, and a million miles away is serious about this dark square attack. Oh my god. Rook b8. Yeah, I want to trade this white square bishop off. It's going to be like useless in a minute, I guess. And here, well, no, we're good. We can take and then defend the knight on c4. French defense theme. The lesser of the evils. Looks like just castling here. And now e4, freeing ourselves from this horrible situation where we have no counterplay. The situation with no counterplay what am I doing here anyway? Queen b3 check. Okay. Does anyone else feel an exchange like Petrosian like exchange sacrifice coming on with rook f4? It's interesting. I think it's worth a try, probably. Rook f4. And this looks equal-ish. Speaking of knights versus bishops, I mean, you could take either way here. Guys, we have a stream every weekday, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 12:30. On Mondays, it's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're playing 15+2 tomorrow morning. All right, let's simplify a little bit here. And my king doesn't know where to go in this game. Right. That's the problem with this one. slight technical difficulty. I should just trade rooks. Yeah, I do have that. Maybe he should have exchanged rooks himself first in that game. Not sure about this position. Knight, where's my knight going? Like, it has nowhere to go that's even remotely useful. Knight e8. Knight e8's okay. Knight d7's no good. I have my doubts about this. I don't like this that much. Rook takes. Slide dog. It's like slide the dog. So it's not slide dog, it's slide the dog. That's like Soltigo. Sliding dog. Right. And now if I play king c7, I can kick you out. Get out. King g7. Watch the back rank, me. Actually, maybe h4 is worth considering. And this guy is just awfully good. Positionally good. King d7. Just in the nick of time. Okay, so parity with this, knight f5. Now, I guess I'm going to have to take it. But how, right? With the bishop and keep the knights, I would think. Keep the knights. It's the day of knights. The night of days. Really, we're like, it's like we're obsessed with knights or something. Every single board is like knight versus bishop. I'm really not like that all the time. Here we go again. Two bishops against bishop and knight. Theme of the day. Alright, he's trying to play bishop f7 here, which is pretty irritating. I'll be honest. I can live with it. I'm not happy about it. Queen e6. Looks like I'm just like putting my queen in a very, very dangerous place for no particularly good reason. Sigh. Man, that's kind of irritating. I have knight d5. Wow. Yeah, that'd be a good moment to play it right about now. Probably a good idea. Alright. Another knight. There's another one where that came from. GCW. Another one where that came from. Knights are good pieces too. We're a pawn down, but we're enjoying life here. Maximum rookage. Knights again. The knight strike again. Look at these knights. The knight, man. It's an exchange sacrifice. But Jeroen knows better. He's not letting me have any knights. He just eliminated my knights like right out of the gate. He's like, no knights for you, man. Double-edged. Situatia. He's like giving me e5, but it's like a trick or something. It's just a trick, basically. It's just a trick. Jeroen, what is your ELO rating, by the way? e5. We can grovel our way to a draw here. I don't know. Jeroen's a little better there. I'm a little concerned about it, but we'll do the best we can. I need to make a sensible move now. Maybe, yeah, okay. Thank you for tuning in, guys. So tomorrow's 15 plus 2, 10 a.m. Okay, GCW's position is actually looks defensible. It does kind of look defensible, unfortunately. Maybe b5. The slightly controversial b5. Should I trade rooks and bring his king in the center? Doesn't seem like a good idea, does it? b5's kind of weakening. Alright, so we win the exchange at the cost of our structure here. We could play f5, that's not good. Alright, classic Sicilian exchange sacrifice. Soltigo. That is a piece I've got to take. Now the knights here. We are down a pawn, and it's not a joke. It's relevant. Very relevant. Our king isn't great. So looks like mate in 47 is gonna hang on here. I really want to get my king in the game. No, I don't know. Maybe I made a mistake here. Let's keep the blockade. Slide dog with queen c3. It's not nice. What are you doing? Slide the dog. 1997 after 18 games. Oh no. How did you get in? 123. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is getting a little bit awkward. I think I'm going to have to trade rooks because I don't want to weaken my structure here. And I don't think the file is that fatal. So I'm going to let you trade rooks. And then go from there. I was actually thinking knight g5 here. How do you protect f2? Looks, and h3. He's got to protect with tactics. Knight g5. That's a bizarre situation. Knight d4 is also interesting. We're just wasting too much time talking about it, though. In the meantime, like bishop c4 is coming to trade off one of my guys. So, okay, Steve has some counterplay here. This isn't real clean. He has a good exchange sacrifice. f5 though. f5 looks interesting. Wow, bishop f3, the monster bishop. Bishop that struck back. I guess I should try to kill his play there. What can I do, really? I need to improve my king. Rook e1 is coming. That's not allowed. Alright. Improve the king to g7, I guess. Clash kid. Scary dude. Man, I love this game. Who plays the Grunfeld like that? You trade off your bishop? Blockade d6. It's some kind of Nimzo or something. This is nasty. It's an unpleasant position for me. Alright, now my pawn's hanging. I thought just queen e6. Maybe rook c8, though. Hanging out in the vicinity. It's probably not a bad idea. Yeah. Now castling long drops f2. So I gotta play rook f1. Here we want a pawn. Do we want to go for more? We're not greedy. We're not greedy. Bishop f6. And he traded, so now we're like concretely down into... Ooh, that might be a big mistake to trade on d4 there. In this situation, my knights could start to be really menacing. Actually, Periotti's dropping c4 here. What's sort of just a pawn, huh? I mean, it's not a trap, right? This just drops a pawn. I'm not sure if that's the right idea for me to take that, though, to be honest. This is really technical. His king's going to get pretty strong. f4. We're up a piece here. at the moment, castles. This is pretty bizarre, actually. Knight takes c6. I think I should just play. No, h6. His pieces are like, I can't even touch his pieces here. Maybe a4, a5. Alright, knight d5. And then cut my own king off, or what am I doing here? Rook e1, rook d8 check. Oh, he has that. Yeah, I'm probably just helping him if I go check. No, there's a problem for me here. Mate 47's up a pawn, and his king getting better. And now this rook thing. That's not cool. That's not cool, man. Mate 47 might be seriously better. I underestimated his position. Alright. A5, the dark squares. Wonderful. I must take... Oh, you're just down 2 pieces now. That's not a problem. Wow. How can you do that? 2 pieces. Ah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I could castle, maybe. Let's just castle. Alright, g5. Now attacking my rook. I've got to go back. Bishop d2. This is a technical win. No, this is going to get interesting now. I think I have to go with the dynamic recapture here. The other way just looks no fun. Queen e3. Internet chess, dropping c2. Allowing e5 also. e5. Where is his rook going after e5? You might want to ask yourselves. e5, rook e4, f5. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. Yeah, I think we've got to ask ourselves the question where that rook is going. The question on everyone's mind. The rook was pretty awkward from the get-go on f4. And then queen f6. Oh man, the knight e5 is going to kill me. I think I made a big mistake here. The temptation to simplify was too great. And now Steve has a lot of counterplay. Queen g4 from Nimzovich Jr. And I don't know, guys. Yaron is so solid here. No, he's trying to play queen g3, actually. I should keep an eye out. I guess I should just go ahead and bite the bullet and play e4. Try to survive this wonderful position. And then here we are. Speaking of trying to survive. Nothing really white can do. Rook c7 maybe for me. That looks pretty solid. The knights. We're going to have to be prepared to sack the exchange here. I guess we were prepared from the beginning, as far as that goes. Just how? The question is how? Knight f7, knight e8, knight f6. Yeah, knight f7 and knight e8. But is that the best way to do this? Or is there a better way? H5. Actually, H5, F3. Pawn takes pawn. I don't have to sack anything. My king side's a little bit questionable there. Speaking of questionable. Now, G5. Just banged my arm on the table. That felt really good. Knight takes A7. Rook takes A7. Rook takes. That's not on. Rook D4. G4. The subtle threat of G4. I don't know, Clash Kid plays like he's a GM or something, man. G5. This guy's scaring me here. Seriously, you're scaring me. King G1, maybe. Just keep my bishop. Oh, this is torturous. Now what? Bishop D2? He wants to sack the exchange there? Knight F7. Knight E8. And counterplay is on the way. B4. Oh my goodness, this works. Yeah, king first. Steve Heyman with tons of counterplay here. I really butchered my position by exchanging there. But I have a tactic. Still, I don't like my game. Yeah, I have a tactic. Let's see, Queen H3. It's not great. I've got to attack B7 here. Focus on B7 somehow. Soltigo. I'm only up a piece, right? A5. A5? Say what? Alright. I guess we have to just go with these pawns. There's no time to protect them. Man, A5. Potzer's low on time. A5, C6. Actually, the question is, like, where is his knight going? Knight F1. My bishop is not great. But we gotta mobilize this pawn formation. Everybody's king is interesting here. Queen C5 check. Yes. The Royal King. This has to be a win, right? Rook F2. We have like Rook G1. And threats on G7. It's a little slow. B5. He sacrifices a pawn. E4, F5. Some kind of maybe E3 lever. Here I'm in trouble. It looks like I'm in trouble. No good king. His knight's coming into the game, but I do have knight a5 type of stuff. And, okay, winning a piece there. He's sacrificing a piece back. Patzer is. And I thought we'll just hang out in the center. Typical position for the king in this type of variation. Here, trading queens. White's a tiny bit better there. Knight f6 now. Or knight f6, yeah. I think so. Maybe I should take on g4 first. Actually. Try not to get into ridiculous of time pressure here. Clear pawn up. Blockade. This looks like a draw. I mean, it's not a draw yet, but it should be. And Jeroen is... okay, we're up a piece for 2 pawns. But we need some... we need a little consolidation here. Knight e5. It's not a joke. I mean, he does have some counterplay. We need to get developed quickly. Just bishop e2, d4. Looks awkward. So maybe knight here, and then queen b6 losing immediately. I have to be really careful here. This is pretty nasty. Hello. Not nice. Bishop takes f2 check is an idea. Knight d4 maybe. Queen b6. Oh, man. Queen b6 is really nasty. Knight g4 is also a threat. Bishop e2, d4. Might have to sack a piece back at some point. Knight b5 doesn't work. We have serious problems here. Some kind of piece sacrifice. Patzer. I have serious issues. Well, no, I mean, I'm going to have to do something immediately. This looks slow, but what's he going to do about it? You know, it's very concrete. Okay. Quickly now. Running out of time. G takes. That seems crazy. What are we doing? Knight g3? I don't know. There's no threat here. All right. Just trying to be practical. That's not nice. All right. Knights. Somebody bring me some knights quickly. What's my idea again? Bishop f7. Alright, so this should be a draw. I'm going to offer a draw to Slide Dog here. I don't think that anybody's should be winning that position. He might think he's a little better, but I think it's subjectively equal. You know, I don't want to offer a lot of draws, but if I get in time pressure, it's equal. Fine by me. Jeroen, I mean, I started to think I was a little better here, honestly. You know, maybe I'm getting overconfident. I don't know. This was a pawn sacrifice not to lose the initiative. Oh, yes. Bishop d4. Save me from the diagonal, please. I'd actually calculated this out before. Okay, what's going on here exactly? The good night theme. I'll lock it down. And this is gonna get this is gonna get more scary before it gets any clearer. Wow, G4. My goodness, dude. No fear. I can't go there. What's wrong with me? 96 check. All right. I guess I have to do this. I don't know. Is he going to go? All right, let's play h5. Pawn takes. Or bishop takes. Tough call. Why do I have no tactics here? And then there was found. And Steve is just smoking me. And this guy's defending Mr. Soltigo. Rook f2, probably a good place to start. Here, probably I don't mind trading queens. Guys, wow, this is a monster king. Let's just bring the knight back in the game. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Mate 47 is kind of torturing me. Bishop a4 is a threat, it appears. No tactics at all for black. All right. What are we doing? Staying on that bishop, I guess. He's starting e5. I'm scared. And Jeroen trying to steal a pawn. Speaking of scared, I'm scared about this position too. I thought his rook has no squares. I think I'm right. Right, rook f5 now only move here. And now he's going to torture me. Actually, yeah, I guess g6. G3. Anybody? Oh my god. Potzer. I have rook C1 maybe. This looks really, really, really dangerous. I don't know if I can hold this. What's up with this position now? Walia. Alright, I'll just try not to get in time pressure, guys. Just drops a rook. Every little bit helps. Bad king, eh? Not really sure what I'm doing here. King F8. All right. That's a sort of dubious looking move. Giving me a tiny bit of counterplay, maybe? Wow, Jeroen, you're not worried about the long diagonal. Jeroen, how you like your long diagonal? Alright, dude. Queen B6. Nasty threats, it would appear. Where am I going to put my knight? On D4? Knight G3? Okay, this has to be a win. Just a question of how. I guess my king is in the wrong place, finally. It's not that easy to make progress here, strangely. Walia hanging on. B5. Oh, man. I'm surprised by him making that pawn exchange. And now for my next trick. Wow. I don't know what to do. Obviously, I'm going to have to sacrifice some material here. There is a check. This is some kind of game, man. Alright, this should be good. Rook behind, pass pawn. Activate the queen. Or just like bishop b4 or something. No time. Peri Ode. Rook h7. I was thinking king here instead of on e5. Now black has a passed a pawn to counter my past. I don't know. Maybe it's a mistake to move my knight here. Rook a1 or rook a2 or something. It's got to be better. Anto Johnson hanging on in this position I thought was like utterly hopeless, but he's proving this is not so easy. King b5, I have problem with that. And b5, speaking of the devil. I got my king. Don't make me block my king. King e2 or king f1? I guess I have to go king f1. King e2 would allow me to connect my rooks. Rune, you're getting pretty sharp here. Yeah, I thought you'd see it your way. A4 or maybe bishop b4. And then a6 was played. Can I play f3? Free some space for my king, maybe? Knight d4. I don't know, knight d4 maybe. f5. Okay. No time. These games with a knight against bad bishops are proving incredibly difficult to make progress. And then Periodes sacrifices here on e5. Everybody's sacrificing something. Maybe I should just take with a pawn. Why is my knight so difficult to win with? Man. Can I just blockade this somehow? Rook d7. Bishop c6. What is going on here? Knight e6 check. Where is he going? I have to admit I'm pretty stupid for allowing that, I guess. Bishop a5, I saw that too. Rook a4 I thought might leave me still better. Clash Kid is super tough. Now what? Rook a5. Rook a5, rook a4. Staying on his bishop. It's a great square. Just asking for trouble. This is insane. Tough he is. Rook a5. Why don't I like that square? I don't know. It seems good enough. All right. No, d3's got to be the way to win this. I've got to trade a pawn off. Man, this is just nasty and difficult. I guess I should have moved my king to e2 after all. What? Main 47. How do you have so much time, dude? All right. Yeah, here we can play this. That's probably not accurate. All right. Now I've got to go for active counterplay. Rook to e3. Rook to e3. pawn is a small price to pay, I think, here. Maybe I'm just losing. I don't know. This is sort of insane, dude. Clash Kid. All of his pieces, like, coordinated amazingly. Just no time. Another rook. Valia did really well. Now here I have e3. It's not good. Where do you come up with this? Jeroen. You're not scared about your king at all, huh? e3. I'm going to lose a pawn. Oh man, this is really annoying. I'm going to lose a pawn here after all this to rook d4. Rook d4? Where do you get that? Rook d4, the positional move. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm losing on time now? Oh well. Well, this guy is unbelievable. Potzer. Jeez. What a piece sacrifice. Still not winning here. Maybe finally. Oh man, this is a really tough game. Steve Heyman has absolutely enough compensation for the sacrificed exchange. I need my king in the game against Valia. What is going on? c5, rook takes. Then he has this magic move, the secret move. The secret move. No, he doesn't have it. Yeah, he does. Bishop e8 check. Isn't that just convenient? What a coincidence. Oh my god. What if I check first? Here. He has something against everything, I guess. Then I'll have some other unbelievable nasty stuff. Rook c where? Rook takes c1. Really low on time, guys. Oh no. King c6 is like self-mate. Valia. These knights are tricky. Like help mating myself here. Probably. Very, very tricky with the knights. I need to take on d5 in this position. I guess. I guess I can play rook d6. I don't know. Threefold repetition. Thank you for the game. I can claim a draw. Okay. Steve, I think you're slightly better there, to be honest. Now against Jeroen, he offers me a draw. I can pin him, but I don't see how I'm winning here. Whoa, I don't want to open a new window. Good game, Jeroen. Jeroen. Oh, he resigned. Why did he resign there? Whoa. Okay, there's bishop e4 now. But now his king is pinned. Oh, I see. It's a trick. It's all a lot of tricks. Very carefully calculated. No, but here, yeah, he's like winning in all lines. I have knight e6 check. That's probably losing for me too. Knight e6 check. Knight takes. No, this might be okay. This is my only move. Okay. And then I have this massive passed pawn here against Clash Kid. I did see this. Well, no, I thought he would trade rooks first, actually. Alright, bishop c5. I think Paschall was like winning. And now, you know, it's not clear. I think he was just winning before. I didn't see a one-move knockout, but I'd be really surprised. He may still be winning, but at least I'm in the game. I'm not sure if I should trade pieces there objectively. This is just a little complicated. Oh, man, gotta be kidding me. I'm getting really hungry. People. Getting hungry. Oh, man, I don't know what I'm doing against Valia. I messed up the position. This one is a mess. Another guy with the king position. The king against my knights. I'm up a pawn here. Why am I struggling? Alright, a5 or something. This has got to be a joke. So hungry. Alright. Bishop takes f7 check? Say what? You know, I had the same hallucination as you. That's really weird. I think I had the same hallucination. Now what? King there? Rook takes. Oh yeah, see, that's the whole trick. But I have knight takes c5. Okay. Only move. Only move. Bishop takes f5. Total chaos here. This game just went down the tubes. He outplayed me convincingly. I am up a pawn though. Okay, f4. Rook takes. I don't understand. I think A Million Miles Away just had some strange hallucination like I had. And now Perotti exchanged on d6. I'm not sure he had to do that. I'm not sure it was the best move. And now this one. Well, objectively, I'm winning this. It's just going to take a while. Alright. And now, is there a piece sacrifice for me or anything ever? Knight takes f5. Bishop takes f5. Man, that's a lot of material. Those are a lot of pawns you've got over there. This has got to be a draw. Pretty much. All right. This is a win. We've got 6 games, 7 games left. I don't think I've lost any. Did I lose one? I might have lost one and I just blocked it out from my brain. I do that a lot. Bishop e2. Probably not a good idea. Bishop g2. You want to keep that pawn on c6. Rook d5. This is getting more and more awkward. A b4. What? Queen there. Oh my goodness. Alright. Whew, Potzer, you're scaring me, man. Take, take, take. I don't know what to do. 92? I'm just totally panicking. Oh my god. Alright, blockade. Anto Johnson defending like... You're kidding me. Oh, you had that. Right. Right, I wasn't surprised. Okay. Good game, mate, in 47. Not surprised by that tactic. I was surprised, but I'm not surprised you had it. You know, it was kind of amazing king play in the ending for you there. Like a true master. These knights, I just don't know how to win. It's every single game is the same exact theme. I'm up a pawn with like knight against something and I can't win. It's the exact same game every time. Here I'm like close to lost. This one I managed to miss a win of a piece. That's always good. Alright. I don't know if I'm winning this actually. Anto Johnson. This has got to be a win somehow. I mean, this is ridiculous if it's not. Okay, trading pieces. I have rook a2. It doesn't work, of course. I missed the win of a piece. And we're low of time. Low of time. Is that a word? Low of time? Yeah, this is a really fun position. Rook a2. Mate 47, I think that was the first game I lost. I kind of feel very disappointed by that game because I had a tremendous compensation for the sacrificed pawn and I let his king just walk in the end game and crush me. Pretty bad. But he played masterfully. That was my first loss. Hungary jokes, yeah. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. There's no getting in, Anto Johnson. So this ending I was wondering about. Potzer drew me the last time. What's the deal with this ops color bishop ending? I think this is over. And then here we are with this position. Bishop f1 maybe? I keep wondering about that. Maybe it's better to play rook a5 first and then like bishop f1 at some moment. Alright. Goodness. Alright, better take this pawn before it's too late there. Found that. Master had that. The common refrain. Yeah, so here I thought bishop f1 should hold on. King f5. But I do have f3 at some point here. I like how every position is the exact same thing. It's impossible. Knight against bishop. Okay, we do have one opposite color bishop position, thankfully. Wait a minute here now, like, oh, you're attacking my pawn. You want to take my pawn away. That's not nice. Alright. I always forget about stuff like that. This has to be a win. I don't think it's possible to defend it any better. What is the deal with this? Alright, G4. My God. No, I'm really, really bad at opposite color bishop endings, just so you guys know. So this could be tough. F3, F2, and knight takes G4. Jeez. Everybody's an endgame expert. Right. I never realized how hard it is to actually win a pawn up with a good knight against bad bishop. It's sort of hard to believe, you know. A pawn up with a good knight against bad bishop, and it's difficult to win. It's hard to believe. King takes F1. Balya's like a pawn trading maniac. B3, H5 check might be good, but it might also make my pawn backward and make my life difficult. Alright, let's try it. I think this is a draw. We may have the opposition, though. In the game against Walya, there was a point where 93 looked crushing. Yeah, almost every game is the same. It's really amazing. B3, B5. I can't use my king in all games. I have like a bad king. What's up with that? Why is it so difficult to have a good king in a knight versus bad bishop ending? My king is bad everywhere. He's going to draw this. He's 2 pawns down. But I feel like I'm an underdog to win this. I don't even know what my plan is in this position. It's so hard to keep all my pawns protected from his rook. If I push the pawn, maybe B6 to actually play knight c5 for an outpost with knight c5. Eventually I should get some progress here. Alright, now let me just understand. I should be able to keep the white square blockade. I play g4, and we just make sure we maintain the force field. I don't have a lot of waiting moves, but it shouldn't matter. As long as I have like king c2, king d3, king c2, king d3. Alright. Right. So now knight c7, and I still don't have a way to make progress. This is insane. All right. Right. Anto Johnson. This is the new account. Knight c7. I said this was a draw, but I'm actually winning a pawn. Not very convincing. Knight takes f5. And then g4. I don't think this is going to work. Knight takes f5. Looks kind of drawish. Alright, well, let's just be a normal person and e4. I was just thinking that maybe my king would be allowed to play in this game, but I guess not. g5. Why are my pawns so stupid? I could even lose, you know, in some variations with those two pawns on the board here. This insane knight. His bishop is so powerful. It's just ridiculous. b3. Guess we go for it. I don't know what else to do. Alright, now you're trying to make progress over there, but I'm going to snap your f7 pawn if you try to do anything. This is a little tricky, though. I guess I don't have a choice. I could attack his bishop. What good does that do? Bishop b5. Wow. Well, we're snapping this pawn. I guess we're winning this. Yeah, this is a draw. Thank you, Clash Kid. Thought you were better most of that game. There's no way this is a draw. I mean, even if he's got a computer or something, I can't believe that's a draw with best play by both sides. A clear pawn down with a bad structure and bad bishop against knight. I mean, there'd be no justice in the world. Alright, let's try to maneuver a little bit here. f2, yeah, I guess. Have to save the pawn. Alright, now the h pawn starts to look kind of sketchy here. Right? Wrong color rook pawn. I'm going about this the wrong way somehow. I hope I don't accidentally blunder a threefold rep there. Oh, I have f1 check. Alright, that should be decisive. Now, what was my plan to play knight d6 check here? Here? Rook check. All right, now he's going to make progress by playing a2 and then mobilizing his h-pawn. It's too slow, right? Yeah, should be able to just draw. It should be a clear draw. Rook g4 now? Try not to give him any counterplay. You know, I don't know if he can afford to. Knight d6 and b5 doesn't seem like he should be able to hold this. Once I create a passed pawn, the jig should be up. Didn't even drink my tea. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow night I'm planning a 500 player simul in Bullet. Trying for the Guinness Book of World Records. Okay, so King G3 now. Now, honestly, right? What exactly are you gonna do? King G3, like you're gonna play King F2, King E1, King D1. Maybe that's not a joke. Maybe I have to go here. Not to let him, you know, go King F2. I've definitely messed up endings of this variety before. B5, I think this is enough to win. So he's exchanging in this ending. I mean, I can't believe this is holdable. Right? And now what? If King D3, you know, he plays King F3 or something. So I guess I have to be accurate, like Bishop D5. Then I run out of moves. I don't believe this. There's no way that's a win. This is a win. No, Bishop A2 should be enough. Bishop A2, Bishop B1. No, it's not that clean. Let's say I go Bishop A2. Actually, I have Bishop D5 too. Bishop D5 should be fine. Bishop D5, what? King E5? This has got to be a draw. Now, knight takes or king takes. If king takes, he has tricks with D5? Not really. Knight takes check, king C4. That also looks good for me. I guess everything should be winning. It's still going to take some work. Okay. Bishop A2. This has got to be a draw. And now he's winning my pawn. Nah, but it's a pretty complicated situation. Knight F4. Knight C5. Knight C5. Alright. Yeah, you're not going to make progress on that side, man. This is a draw. Pretty typical ops color bishop. It doesn't hurt that he's got the wrong rook pawn. I think I could just push that a-pawn down. Last 3 games, guys. This one is a draw. I think I'm winning the others. We did lose 1 game today. Hope we're fast enough here. I didn't really count it. No, this is winning, of course. I just hit his e-pawn. So a2. Thank you for the game, Potzer. Good game. And we got 2 remaining. We lost 1. Got some draws. You go party. Go you party. Only on Friday nights go I party. King c5. What's up? He resigned too. Wow. Walia, that was not Walia's game. Walia resigned too. Okay, Walia, that was tough. You put up a lot of resistance. Can't trade rooks at the end. I don't know if you could resist without trading rooks. And last game was Anto Johnson. Anto did a good job holding on today, but he's, according to David Norwood, Anto is slightly worse here. With the a2, it's a little problem with the distraction feature. Bishop on a1. A lot of resistance from you guys in the endgames today. I look like a club goer. It's the unshaven look. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Okay, first off, I guess we reorganize here. Knight d6, king somewhere, knight somewhere. We're going to hit that d-pawn. I'm going to have to move my knight, as sad as this is. I don't have any other waiting moves. The question is, which is the best square? Does it even matter? You know? That's another question, but this is good enough. Knights are so helpless. Helpless knights. Clash Kid says we both made a big blunder in the end. I could have won. In the end? Are you kidding me? Like the end? When it was knight and pawn and rook against knight and pawn and rook? There was a blunder from both sides? Well, at least it was for you. I mean, at least I could have won. That makes me feel better. If, like, you could have won, I would have felt really bad about it. No, I didn't. I had no idea, Clash Kid. That's surprising. I thought it was a fairly simple position, honestly. Spinal Tap is online. I don't know if he's watching the stream or not. Sriracha said, I don't play Quake 24/7. I was never into the third-person shooter games. What is it? Yeah. I never could get into that. I don't know why. I mean, a little bit, but not really. So we're going to snap the pawn on d4. King takes knight there. His king has trouble, and I'm on d4 and f3 real fast, so it's totally lost. Yeah. It's no stopping that. Checkers. It's going to be like drafts where I'm like triple jumping his pawns. Knights do alright when you got the checker capture set up. Soroche is clearly a master checker player. I'm sure about it. Well, thanks guys for finishing the simul in a timely fashion today. We're in before 9:30. We can go clubbing now. Just one beer for me today. Well behaved. No, seriously, I've got a stream tomorrow, guys. Monday, 10 a.m. CET. And it's going to be 15+2 time controlled, like kind of long games, relatively long games. It's still blitz to me, but 15-2. Mindful Monday, 10 a.m. CET tomorrow here on lichess. Please check out my YouTube channel, which is Video Chess Training on YouTube. I try to upload all the streams over there, and most every week, last week an exception, but most every week I do. Now you're gonna stop me from going there? You gotta be kidding me. He has this move. Alright, now I have to think of a new plan. Knight c6, knight a6 check. This is actually getting kind of irritating. I thought the simul was over, but he found another defense. He can never actually take the pawn on a2 without losing. I need my knight on c6, basically. How am I going to get my knight to c6? Get my knight to c6 quickly. Knight a6 check. I guess. Knight a6 check. Followed by knight b8. I don't really know what else to do. Alright. I thought it was over, but it's not over till it's over. You know what I mean? The f4 pawn could prove to be a problem. I thought it was just like over, but it's not. He still has more defense. Bakuz is spectating. Yeah, knight a6, knight b8, and knight c6. But I could also put my knight on d5 and hit the f pawn, which should cause a chain reaction. But it was a day of bad kings for me in the endgame. In the case of the game with mate in 47, it cost me. Mate in 47, we had the sketchy opening, and then I think I had equalized, and then he outplayed me again, getting his king out of control. Anto Johnson, make a move quickly. You have 19 seconds. So, okay, here we go. With knight c7, it would give me dual ideas of knight b5 and playing for, yeah, this is even better. Dual ideas of knight b5 and knight d5. Yeah, that's an interesting arrow. That's a double threat. This is only a distraction. Isn't there a chance for him to draw if his king gets to d3? Well, no, that's why I have the second threat of knight d5. I think that's what's actually going to do him in here. The threat of knight d5. You can't have everything. He's losing, you know, he's going to be going down 2 pawns here. One way or another. He made a hell of an effort, though, to save this game. I don't believe he can save this with bad bishop and 2 pawns against knight and 4. I mean, maybe his bishop can improve its life a little bit here, but all those pawns are weak. The whole Családi family in Hungarian. Alright. We have a slight time advantage. Last game, guys. I talked about the YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Also, guys, I have some openings if anyone's interested in lessons. Anyone really serious about improving, willing to make a time commitment, let me know. videochesstrainer@gmail.com. Also, I would like to thank everyone who has helped to sponsor the stream and my YouTube channel via PayPal. Much appreciated. We have some new sponsors again this week. I'd like to thank everybody who has donated. Even $5 a year is awesome. 12 wins, 5 draws, 1 loss. Unfortunately, it was meant to be for 20 players, but the instant when I started the simul, 2 players had just like withdrawn from the list, like the moment I started the simul. So I guess the lesson to be learned, I guess from now on, I'm going to do like 22 players. If I want to do a 20 player simul, I'll make it 22 and just count on like 2 people dropping out from now on. So anyway, guys, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Jeroen for moderating. Not a bad result. 12 wins, 5 draws, 1 loss. Congrats to, where is our defeatist, main 47, with the sneaky tactic at the end. Anyway, I think it was a lost position for me. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.